no matter the location. From OAKLA to LV, I'm a Raider.
Raider Nation, what's going on? If you're looking for the latest news and rumors around the silver and black, you are in the right place. If you're looking for the best workout supplements on the market, you're also in the right place. Head on over to pandasups.com and use code PLAYOFFS. PLAYOFFS, yes, playoffs to save 40% off, whether you're looking for some nootropics to wake up, or if you can't sleep at night, they got some awesome sleep aids as well. It's pandasups.com. All right, let's get into today's real rumors. I got a six-pack that I am excited to crack open for y'all, and these are the top 6 stories I see circulating around the web. Derek Carr is underestimated. Am I 100% sure if Gruden misspoke? Well, maybe, but I'm actually going to give this one 2 chalky heads, and I'm going to say people are talking in terms of, is Derek Carr underestimated? Well, Jon Gruden spoke earlier this week, and maybe you guys don't know this, but there's some controversy around the Raiders quarterback. Whether it's Aaron Rodgers, whether it's Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, it doesn't matter. Whether it's any quarterback linked to Jon Gruden, there has just been a ridiculous amount of rumors around whether or not the Raiders are going to move on from Carr, and whether or not they're going to try to bring in somebody new. And I always think it's funny how people are like, oh, Gruden doesn't like Derek Carr. Gruden this. But I mean, for basically 3 straight seasons we've seen, Gruden do nothing besides back up his quarterback. And he did that again, which is why I wanted to be able to bring this up here and just show you guys what Jon Gruden had to say this week. Derek is very underestimated. He doesn't get much credit for how good he's playing, but he completes a lot of passes. He changes plays at the line of scrimmage. He started to make more and more plays with his legs now. We've put some pretty good players around Derek. I think it shows. And I agree with that. The other reason why I don't really think he gets a lot of love is because of the amount of different systems he's had. Now, let me just say this. The reason why it's 2 chalky heads is because there's some people out there that really rip on Derek Carr, and it's way too extreme. There's no middleman. There's nobody that's oh, Derek Carr's okay. I feel like it's Derek Carr is a top 6 quarterback, or Derek Carr is the worst quarterback in the NFL. Raider Nation needs to find that middle ground because that's where he is. That's why I gave it 2 chalky heads. But be honest with me here. Derek Carr is underestimated. Do you agree with that statement, or do you disagree with that statement? If this is the first time you coming across the Raiders Report, always remember, we're an interactive YouTube channel. I want you to go down in the comments, let me know A for agree or D for disagree. Now, we also go live every single Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. So not only are we keeping you guys updated on the latest news and rumors, not only do we do free Raiders videos literally every single day, we also do a live show, and I'm going to continue to do that live show throughout the entire offseason. So if there's a trade, I got you covered. If there's a cut, I got you covered. If there's just some random BS going on around your team, I got you covered. Hit that big red button that says subscribe. It's youtube.com/Raiders Report. All right, the next story here is around Henry Ruggs, and is he going to be the top wide receiver for the team? I'm going to give this one only 1 chalky head. I'm going to say it's a small shred of truth. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I am expecting big things from Ruggs. I'm expecting big things from Ruggs being able to impact this offense, whether it's with his legs or whether it's him moving around the football field. His impact will not always show up in the stat sheet. It will show, though, on the scoreboard, and last season was a big reason for that. I mean, look at the games he didn't play. The Raiders really struggled on offense. Now, in terms of him being that number 1 receiver, Bleacher Report wrote an article trying to predict who's going to be that main dude for Derek this season. They went with Ruggs due to some comments based off of Mike Mayock that said the sky is the limit for him. Which, let's all be real, that is 100% true. When you have the athletic ability that Henry Ruggs has, you can't teach that. Now, does he need to get stronger? Yes. Does he need to become a better route runner? Yes, he does. Is he working on all those things? Absolutely. However, I do disagree a little bit with this stat projection from Bleacher Report that has him coming in at 51 catches, 838 yards, 16.4 average yards per catch, and 7 touchdowns. If he does that, I will be one of the happiest dudes probably on YouTube, because that means our offense is absolutely killing it. But I will ask you all this question. Who is going to be the Raiders' top wide receiver this season? Is it going to be somebody like John Brown? I mean, we need to find that Nelson Aguilar replacement, right? Could it be somebody like Willie Snead? Maybe it's going to be Brian Edwards. Go down in the comments section and let me know, because I guess a lot of people are saying Edwards. I see some Renfros as well. I'm going to put my money on this guy. John Brown, the new number 15, right? Crabtree, Aguilar, maybe Carr just loves that number. But this is a dude who I understand if you look at his numbers last year, he was injured. In 2019, he had over 1,000 receiving yards. When I looked at all the receivers in the free agent market, the Raiders had John Brown circled. That was the dude they wanted. They went out and got him. Now, do I think he's going to put up numbers like Aguilar did? No, I could legitimately see Ruggs, Edwards, Renfro, and John Brown all being around that 500-yard receiving mark, and Darren Waller getting over 1,000, and then you throw in Foster Moreau for 300 yards. This is going to be an offense that doesn't have a true wide receiver one. They're going to beat you in a whole bunch of different ways. Let's be real. The number one receiver, his name's Darren Waller. But in terms of playing the wide receiver position, I'm going to go with John Brown. Now, I don't know about y'all out there, but if you guys maybe hit that midday crash, or maybe you don't like coffee and you need to wake the hell up a little bit. Imagine if you could do that and just 5 seconds with one scoop in a water bottle, you drink it and you're ready to rock and roll. If you're trying to study for a big time test, maybe you're cramming for, I don't know, some homework that you got to do. If you're a big time video gamer and you're up late at night, maybe watching YouTube videos, this stuff is going to wake you up. So go to pandasups.com, use code PLAYOFFS where you guys can save 40%. So usually this stuff's $44.99. We're going to cut that down, give it to you for $26.99. Why? The guy that owns this company, big-time Raider fan. But let's just say you take some nootropics. Now you need a little help sleeping. I don't know about you. When I got stuff going on in my mind, I sit there at night and I'm like, man, what the hell are the Raiders going to do tomorrow? And then I don't get a good night's sleep. Sleep is important. This stuff is going to help you just pass out and get a good night's rest. So again, if you can't sleep, these are the products that you guys should go out and try. And make sure you use code PLAYOFFS where you guys can save 40% off at pandasups.com. And, you know, maybe just a little cherry on top, if you will. For everybody out there that spends over $99 on their purchase, you're also going to get a free Panda Sup snapback. So please go support our sponsors. Check it out. Trying to get you guys in better shape as well. Pandasups.com, code PLAYOFFS. The next story here on the Raiders Report is around Yannick Ngakoue. And is Yannick going to lead this team in sacks? This is going to be a pretty interesting story, but let me know down in the comments, will Yannick lead the team in sacks? Mitchell Renz here from the Raiders Report breaking down this story, and it's around Yannick Ngakoue, and is he going to lead the Las Vegas Raiders in sacks? I'm going to give this one 3 Chucky heads. I think that it's pretty likely. When the Raiders went out and made this signing, 2 years, $26 million, I'm like, that is an absolute flippin' steal. Why was it a steal? Because this is a really damn good football player. At least 8 sacks in his first 5 seasons. And what was basically probably the biggest need entering the offseason? Getting extra pressure on the quarterback position. That's what Yannick's going to be able to do. I mean, last season, only 21 sacks for Las Vegas. That ranked 29th in the National Football League. The reason why I can't give this one 4 Chucky heads is because I'm expecting bigger things from Cleveland Ferrell. I'm expecting bigger things from Max Crosby. But I also know this. Yannick can do a lot of different things, and I am a believer that he's going to be on the field probably like 900 snaps if he's healthy. For comparison, the only defensive lineman last year for the Raiders that played over 900 snaps, that was Max Crosby. The next closest guy, I believe, was Carl Nassib with 464. When I saw the projections by Bleacher Report, I was like, okay, 31 tackles, 9.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. 9.5 sacks, I think, is pretty reasonable. Now, a lot of people out there are going to be like, well, what about a guy like Max Crosby? And I'm like, well, just be patient. We'll get to him in just a second. But let me know down there in those comments, please. Who will be the Raiders' 2021 sack leader? Is it going to be somebody like Yannick? Could it be somebody like Max Crosby, Cleveland Ferrell? If you think that all 3 of those guys could have the exact same amount of sacks, that's what it's all about. Go down in the comments and let me know. When you look at the career, though, that's one of the biggest reasons why I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to say it's Yannick, just for the simple fact of not only can he defend the run, he can also get after the quarterback. 45.5 sacks in 5 seasons. I mean, that's really impressive for a guy in the 3rd round. Also impressive, Max Crosby. 17 sacks. And if you want to talk about quarterback pressures, I believe he has 94, which is the most in the 2019 class. He also played last season on a bad shoulder. I mean, we've seen what he could do when he's healthy. He's one of the best in the biz. Then you also got to go and give some love to Cleveland Ferrell, where I'm a big believer, if there's more focus on Crosby and more focused on Yannick Ngakoue, you could see Cleve, thrive a little bit here. And I think that's ultimately what we're really trying to see. So the 3 names that I really, really thought about in terms of taking that next step or being able to be that sack leader were Yannick, it was Cleveland Ferrell, and it was Max Crosby. And now, if you guys think there's going to be some other name down below, please always go ahead and let me know. Like, that's what the Raiders Report is all about. So I'm going to ask you all this question here. Who is going to lead the Raiders in sacks in 2021? If you think it's Yannick Ngakoue, I want you to type 91. If it's Cleveland Ferrell, type 99. Reminder, he changed his number to 99. So long, Arden Key. Max Crosby, 98. Or if you think it's going to be somebody else, go down in the comment section and type other. My money, it's on Yannick, and it's no disrespect to Crosby. It's no disrespect to Cleveland Ferrell. Those guys, I hope, are Raiders for life because it's everything that you're trying to teach young kids in the way to play football. It's also the way that you're trying to build your franchise. You want to have guys like those too. However, I also love what Yannick's been showing me this offseason. He is thrilled to be on this team. He wanted to be in the Raiders uniform, and he's got a lot of really good talent. So my bet here is going to be here with Yannick Ngakoue. If you guys disagree with me, as always, please go ahead. Let me know down below if you want my honest prediction. I think he's going to be a little bit more around 35 tackles. I could see him getting closer to 11 and 12 sacks. But hey, Bleacher Report, they were close, but I'm going to go a little bit higher here with my man Yannick. I got 3 more rumors here on the Raiders Report. First one's around the rookie free safety from TCU, Moehrig. Will he lead the team in interceptions? I want to be able to give it 4, but I got to be real with y'all. It's going to be 2, and it's a coin flip for me. The biggest reason why it's a coin flip is because he's going to have potential to actually do it, but there's also a lot of talent there in that secondary. And Bleacher Report, again, predicted that Moehrig's going to lead the team in INTs. He's going to start at free safety. Predicting a rookie to lead your team, that's always a tough thing. Now, he has a big opportunity because Jeff Heath is no longer there anymore. But I've also gone through, I've looked at a lot of stats. Gus Bradley's system favors safeties that can cover. And if you're telling me right now, if he's going to be on the field majority of the time and he's going to play that center field role, I think he's going to have a lot of fly balls to be able to bring in here. That's why we ultimately drafted him in the second round. Heck, there were rumors that they could go out and trade up for him in round 1, but he ended up falling to him, so good for us. The projection that Bleacher Report ended up throwing out, 52 tackles, 12 pass breakups, 3 INTs. Defensive players, at least guys in the secondary, they don't usually win Defensive Player of the Year, at least for rookies. But if he puts up this type of numbers, he's going to be the best safety rookie in the NFL this year. Like, if he can do exactly this prediction here, I will be more than happy with Trevon Moehrig. So who's going to lead the Raiders in interceptions this upcoming season? Go down in the comments and let me know. Last season was Jeff Heath. Not going to happen this year, at least, unless he ends up coming back to the team. I can see some people down there typing in Mullen. Maybe some people think Damon Arnett's going to step up. I mean, this could go a lot of different ways. But when we get into it, I do think it comes down to really like a handful of dudes. First guy we're going to bring up here again, it is Moehrig. In 33 games at TCU, 7 picks, 21 pass breakups, 124 tackles. He can do it all. I mean, that's why he was the number 1 safety in my book personally. Now, the fact that Jeff Heath is no longer there, he led the team last year with 3. You also have a guy like Jonathan Abram, and I'm not going to try to take away anything from Abram, but I don't anticipate him covering as much. I anticipate Gus Bradley using him the way that he should be used, going up and getting the quarterback and playing closer to the line of scrimmage. Also, a guy like Mullen, he could have definitely a solid year as well. So when it really comes down to it, if I'm a man that's trying to put my money where my mouth is, it does. It comes down to 3 names for me. It comes down to Trevon Moehrig, it comes down to Trayvon Mullen, and it comes down to another free agent that the Raiders recently went and picked up, Casey Hayward. So if you think it's going to be another player, please go down, type their name. You guys should know how the show works by now, right? If you're going to go with Moehrig, type 25. If you're going to go with Casey Hayward, I want you to type 29. If you want to go with Trayvon Mullen, I want you to go ahead and type 27. One thing that I love about Raider Nation is this. You guys are not afraid to tell me the truth, right? Like, whether you like what I do here or whether you don't like, but that's what family does. Like, if you don't like what I'm talking about, call me out on it. It's perfect. The easiest way to let me know what videos you want to see or more topics that you want me to talk about, hit me up on Instagram. I'm at Mitchell Renz 365. I check my DMs literally every day. I might not get to you all right away. I got some family in town this week, but I promise you, if you got Raiders questions, hit me up on IG. Let's go to the guy that the Raiders drafted in the first round, number 17 overall. That's Alex Leatherwood. And is he not going to disappoint? I'm going to give this one again. 2 Chucky heads. People are talking. The reason why he could potentially disappoint, It's because I'm a believer that people are going to have maybe a little bit too high of expectations for him because he was drafted in round 1. Now, it's also, two Chucky heads because he's going to be a good football player. He's going to remind you a lot of Cleveland for where, you know what, it might have been a little bit of a reach, but he's going to be a solid professional, which is definitely an important thing to have. Plus, he might take a little bit of time to really be able to live up to that offensive tackle that you're hoping for. I guess we'll kind of go with the Colton Miller route here. Leatherwood, though, was in an interview and said, "You will not be disappointed, I promise you that." The more and more tape I watch in this guy, the more I like him, but I also love his attitude. One of the biggest reasons why the Raiders ended up drafting him is because during the phone call, they called Alex Leatherwood and they said, "Where do you want to play?" He said, "Man, you put me anywhere, and I'm going to be productive." There was a lot of other players that I was talking about. Tevin Jenkins, all right? He said he only wanted to play left tackle. That was pretty interesting to me. Christian Darrisaw also said, "I only want to play left tackle." Like, when you hear those kind of things for a coaching staff that wants versatility, that could really make you shift to go one way. That's one of the biggest reasons why they ended up going with Alex Leatherwood. So do I think he won't be disappointing? I hope he won't, and I know everyone, just please be patient with him. That's all I ask. Let's go to the last story here. It's around Bushman. I love Matt Bushman. Is he the top UDFA signing by the Las Vegas Raiders? I'm going to give this one 3 Chucky heads. I do think that's pretty likely. You could maybe convince me another route in terms of a defensive tackle. Like, I do like Stills a lot from West Virginia as well. But the reason why I'm going to go this route is because he has the best chance, in my personal opinion, to make the final 53-man roster. The old expression, money talks. He got $125,000 guaranteed money. That's the 8th highest in the National Football League. It's the most money that the Raiders had to offer somebody this year, which means to me, guess what? He was probably the most important player that they wanted to go out and get. And when I talked to my guy, Thor Nystrom, he's from NBC Sports, good dude, he said the Raiders had the 4th best UDFA class in the NFL, which I agree. I was pretty excited to see what they did. But in terms of who are the best UDFA signings, this is how I would personally rank them, and it's 1 through 5, just so you guys know. Matt Bushman is my number 1. Darius Stills, number 2. Dylan Stoner would sell a shit ton of jerseys in Las Vegas. Garrett Groshek, great hair. Also reminds me a lot of Al Kingold, if we're being honest. And then Devery Hamilton, very, very smart person. Graduated from Stanford, also went to Duke. I don't need to tell you that those are 2 very, very smart schools that I will never get into. All right, so who's the best UDFA pickup? Go down in the comments, let me know. I am going to go with Bushman. I had a 5th round grade on him. The reason why he went undrafted, the knee issues, he decided to opt out, but you can't deny his talent, and I'm a big believer. If he would have played this past season at BYU with, Zach Wilson, I think he would put up some pretty spectacular numbers. But this is going to be the end of the news and rumors cut, so please go down in the comment section. Let me know. Best UDFA pickup.